everybody. It's good to see you. Today's video is sponsored by no one because I am not sponsored, but I do want to say this. We are meeting with David Alexiff, the guy who is in charge of BGMC across the entire United States, and we actually ask him a lot of questions and get to hear his heart about BGMC trading cards and everything going on and a little bit of spoilers. So I hope you enjoy this video, okay? Hey, help me out. Leave a like, comment down below any questions you have, and maybe we can get him again to answer them. All right, take care, and I hope to see you in the next one. So, David, thank you for joining us. How are you doing? How's everything with you? I know you're a busy man.
I'm I'm doing good. I'm actually in Springfield right now, so that means hats are off and business attire is on. So
So, a couple questions for you, especially since there's new season coming out with new cards, new wave, and with you being the head guy for BGMC, we just want to know your heart, your opinions on different things. Sound good?
yeah, sounds good.
All right, so the first question is for churches that are new to BGMC trading cards or even BGMC in general, what's the easiest way they can start with these trading cards? How can they use them?
Yeah. Well, I always say this in everything we do in kids ministries or in ministry in general, especially for kids 18 and under, it starts with the parents. If we can get the parents excited about it, the kids will be excited about it. I'll say this, it's like when we promote summer camp, but we only promote it to the kids and we're like, I don't know why don't have as many kids as we thought we were going to. It's because we didn't start with the parents. Because at the end of the day, when it comes especially to BGMC trading cards, there is a cost to it sometimes with $5 a pack or whatever it might be, or there's the reward system of it. So I think the best part we can do is, if we're starting BGMC trading cards, is get a pack into the hands of your parents. The other side of it is this: we also have parents that might be able to help us to run the BGMC trading card thing, because we as kids pastors or leaders might be so wrapped up in doing the regular things that adding one more thing couldn't come to our plate. But man, if we had a parent that was super excited about the cards, we may not be able to pay them cash, but we can pay them in cards.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we have a BGMC trading card coordinator that is leading that. So that's how I would start. The second way I would do would probably be. Utilizing on a Sunday morning. Like if you have a BGMC Sunday, open a pack of cards, talk about the country, talk about the missionary partners, the resources, the actions, and then give the cards away to kids as they are participating and behaving. It's just another way that you can get them in there. And so those would be two ways that I would say to start. Number one, with the parents, and then Sunday morning engagement from the stage or from even small group opportunities. And then the third way would be, get a game mat, a game board, and be able to uh, just play the games before and after service. That might uh, entail getting a good set of cards for yourself to create. Playable ones. Right on the back of them. Kids' church name, things that way kids can't take them.
Yeah.
And then just have that out there. So again, that's another thing where your leaders can be a part of that, or maybe even a teenager who likes collecting and trading cards and playing the game as well could be a part of just helping facilitate that game as well.
Oh, for sure. I've had so many students, not just kids, but also teenagers that love the cards. They're like
Yeah.
trying to collect all of them. So, with
Yeah.
that, okay, it seems like you've had many different experiences through different people, seen different things, and even you
Yeah.
yourself. Um,
Yeah.
can you share a story of a child or church that has implemented these ways
Yeah.
into theirs?
How much time do we have? I'm just I mean, there's so many cool things that are happening with the cards. One of my favorite ones is, out of Wisconsin. Just a kid, her dad's a pastor. She felt called to missions, and really by playing the trading card game, it even solidified her call to missions. And she went to school dressed in African clothes, took a jerry can, and talked about how she's going to be a missionary there. To kids being inspired to do things because they see their peers on the super action cards and they want to do stuff, and they're not doing it just to become a trading card, but what they're doing is capturing the heart behind the why are
Yeah.
they raising money for missions. And it's challenging one another, and that's the funnest part of it all, is peer-to-peer challenging. But the prayer times, man, um I think one of the best parts, it's a story that I heard from one of our world missionaries. Um, they were at General Council last year, and they're at a restaurant in Orlando. And, you have all these missionaries sitting over at a table, and the world missions team is sitting there. And over at another table is a kid who's got his binder laid out, and he's explaining. Of course, the restaurant's super loud, and he's just explaining how to play the game and all this stuff. And he stands up and super excited, and he says, "You know what the best part is? Every round we get to pray for our missionaries." Now, there's missionaries sitting across from them that didn't understand why we gave them special holographic world missions cards to give away. Now
Mhm.
they understand. Now they're like, man, we better start giving these away, and we better start engaging our kids because they're super excited about. I mean, how many things when we ask our kids in kids ministries to pray for something do they kind of shy away? We
Yeah,
always have that one bold kid or that PK that is going to be our normal prayer, but now you have kids that are engaged in prayer.
yeah,
Probably another great story is a church in Bozeman, Montana, my former church. Two years ago when we started this, I was on a missions tour with the district director Joe Epley, and we were showing people the card game. This is before we had launched it, had done anything with it, and they're like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Now they utilize it in their neighborhood for monthly or weekly game nights, and all the kids want to play is the BGMC trading card game.
that's
And
awesome.
take it a step further, their daughter in this next series actually has a super action card because she was inspired to create Christmas cards and sell them for BGMC.
That's
So
awesome.
pretty cool. 'Cause I know that because I spent $100+ on those cards, so I can give them away to people. So yeah,
So I guess I've seen it too. Like I've seen the students go from I'm just going to sit here because I'm here at church to now they're fully engaged and
yeah,
understanding things. I still can't put it in the right words. Maybe
yeah.
you can. Why do
Well,
you think that the collecting of these cards has raised awareness for BGMC,
yeah,
raised the understanding to these
yeah.
kids?
Well, I'll start with this generation, with Gen Alpha. They want relationship. And in a digital world, they're craving face to face encounters.
Hmm.
So the trading cards, well, just the trading alone creates encounters, right? You have to
Yeah,
talk to somebody about that card. You have to wheel and deal a little bit in some circumstances, but at the same time, it also creates the relationship between the leaders and the kids. I know full well that when I started in, pastoring in the Assemblies of God, cards were definitely not going to be part of kids' church.
yeah, for
And
sure.
now today, here we are, and even our general superintendent is always getting trading cards for his grandkids. And so which is fun because now in this way, like, it's not on their phone or their tablet. It's not a video game that they become really good at, and it just becomes boring to them, right? It's
Mhm.
just they're going through the motions. Every game that they play, or let's just take the game part of it, every time they play the game, it's different. Even
Yeah,
if you have a good collection of cards, the other kid may have more. You may have put all your characters out and your high points there. You have tons of impact points, but you don't have the resources to buy. And the person that had 13 impact points was able
yeah,
to buy all the resources, and they've won. So it teaches them also that aspect of winning and losing. And really, it's not winning and losing, it's winning and learning.
yes.
So that's the way that when we teach kids this, it's not, you didn't lose the game. What did you learn?
Mm,
How our missionaries have to figure out their budget in order to get the resources there. So it's a lot of fun for our kids doing that. I think the part of collecting, everybody loves to collect something. I don't
yeah.
know anybody that doesn't collect something. Even the jockey of jocks that's not in
Like
the
look at
collection,
here.
right?
I got
Yeah,
Legos and I got BGMC. I mean,
right,
I get
right.
it.
I collect shoes and hats. So, and it's just a piece that's a lot of fun for our kids. And going
Yeah,
after that one special card, that trading aspect where you're
yeah,
like, hey man, I'll sacrifice three of my hollow cards for that one card that I don't have. And I know a lot of people would, like when we first started this, bashed on our kids a little bit for trading, what we perceive as a super awesome card for something that might be less than. But for them, it was completing their collection
yeah,
because maybe they had multiples of a thing. So just helping our parents and adults understand, hey, the value of a card really belongs to the person that's holding it.
yeah.
Um,
100%.
why it might be super rare to us, And maybe it's because we're jealous because we didn't have that card and they had multiples of the card. Um, but the cool piece is you always see kids that are willing to give away. I think one of my favorite moments that I've heard from a leader is a kid that was in at summer camp 2 years ago. In line, the leader had got a bunch of cards out and they were selling individual cards for like 25 or 50 cents. And the last card that was there was one card that he needed to complete his collection. And the kid behind him was like, oh, I needed that one. So he ended up buying the card and turned around and handed it to the kid.
That's
So
awesome.
he gave up his own card to complete his collection to the other kid. And he goes, well, this is a game of generosity, and I wouldn't be really living out the game if I wasn't being generous. And it was
100%.
fun for me to hear that story because then I get to spoil him, right? So I
Yeah,
sent him a binder, the cards, some special cards you can't get,
that's
and it's just
awesome.
fun. And that's the other fun part is, talk about relationship. Kids are now writing to me at the national office saying, hey, I'm so and so, we're praying for these kids. Do you happen to have this card to trade? And I don't always have the card that they're looking for, but I always have a Geno or a special card
Yeah.
that I can give them, and then the encouragement back. Like so, it's a priority for me to be able to write our kids back and to answer them. And I know you've done a lot of that too, Sam. So thank you because it's blessing our kids.
Well, of course. I mean, like you said, this is the game of generosity, and the whole point is so that students and kids understand what missions is, why it's so
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
I mean, I just talked about this past Wednesday for our service, the Great Commission. That
yeah,
isn't just a thing for the disciples, and it's not just things for pastors, it's for all
yeah,
of us. Go
yeah,
and reach people. So
yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you for
But
that.
yeah,
So I got two more questions.
yeah.
This one's not overall, it's more about this upcoming series. I guess this upcoming wave.
That
This
everybody wants to know about, right?
everybody wants to know, right?
Yeah,
So, let's talk about it, okay?
yeah. Let's talk
Uh
about it.
Hopefully you could give us spoilers, okay? What can kids and churches look forward to with the new BGMC trading
Listen,
cards?
so I've got to open a box of these cards already.
Oh,
Okay. Can I tell you, uh, the BGMC trading card team, Lewis Stacy, Travis, and all the artists in it this is the best series yet. I know
really?
we say that with every series, right? But this one is above and beyond where the other ones have been. And it is phenomenal. And I like one of the cards actually made me cry. And
Really?
so like
Wow.
there's new locations
Okay.
from the other two series. So there's 10 new locations. There's new resources, there's new partners, there's new characters, there's multiple series of artists drawn, two different artists or three different artists, I believe. Um, and then there's a new series that I'm not going to give the name of it away, but there's a new card, and there's only four types of this card in there.
Oh,
And
that's
so,
cool.
and then there's even more special card that's even rarer to get, that's in this one. So, of course, we've got God packs like we've had in the other generations and all those pieces, but man, I can tell you, like even put them side by side. And I said it a moment ago, this one is above and beyond the last one. Like the team has done a phenomenal job with it, and you know the packaging is phenomenal. I mean, they've just done a great job. I know I gave our team a hard time, but the colors are two of my most favorite colors because it might go along with my favorite football team.
I
And
know.
so
This
you gotta, and you don't have social media to go find out what my favorite football team is. So yeah,
I know
yeah,
because I'm mad at you
yeah,
because we played in the Super Bowl a couple
yeah,
years ago. I'll say
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So,
So
but
yeah.
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't wait for
excited.
people to get these cards in their hands. And here's the cool piece. So we are right now. The cool part of this series of everything we do, we want to do something that's cool for camp. So there's a new camp card that people will get, and it's a holographic card. Here's the other piece. Like for those people that are on this and watching this video, if you don't go to Camporama with Royal Rangers, you're going to miss out on a card. If you
Oh,
don't go to National JBQs, you're not going to get a card. So like those are going to be
wow.
hard to get cards
Yeah.
because we only bought enough for the people attending the event. And so for those collectors, get ready to trade
Yep.
because there's some cool things there. But really, man, I can't say enough about how we continue. And again, we started this with a dream from Lewis, to do this and $3,000 to being where we've already printed over 3 million cards.
Wow.
And we're continuing to grow this. And we're just scratching the surface because only a portion of our fellowship is utilizing this. And as more people learn about it, it is just going to continue to capture the hearts of our kids and help them evangelize their communities today. And for
Mhm.
some of them, be missionaries around the world tomorrow. And so that's what I love about this. And so
That's awesome.
I wish I could tell you more, Sam. I'm it's hard for me not to share everything. And Lewis and Stacy are always cautious to give me stuff, but I got the boxes of card before anybody else did. And so
Hey, that's a
I
win.
opened it up. And as a matter of fact, Jenny on my team, she opened up a pack of cards and got a cool card, and she didn't even know what she had. She just thought it was a hollow. And I was like, nope, that's mine now. Thank you. And at some point I will share that card, but not today.
Well, okay, you're saying there's some things you wish you could say,
Yeah.
okay? Is there a particular card or something you can share here?
Yeah, there's resource cards. Um,
Ah!
Yeah, no, I won't give it up. I promised Lewis and Stacy that I wouldn't do that. And so I don't, nobody can pay me anything in the world to give up what this card. I cannot wait for people to touch these cards. Like
That's awesome.
the first rip, the first, pull as they look through them. I will tell you this in this card, the, the bottom right or the bottom left isn't the sweet spot anymore. So Lewis and
I
Stacy have
love
done a
it.
good job with our vendors to get them mix them up well. I will say this: the cards are very, very well mixed.
Okay.
So you're going to have to go, like, I think in one of the series, you could get most of the cards in one box. That's not going to happen this time.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
That's great. Thanks.
yeah,
For a
yeah,
collector, great. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
But all right, well, that I think that's the last question.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you now, I'm totally gonna like clickbait people and say we just got a huge leak, but in
yeah,
reality, we got
yeah.
nothing.
Well, I can give you another leak. We have
Oh,
2 new binders that are going to come out here pretty soon as well.
oh, are
So I
they?
can't.
Can you tell us if they're the bigger ones or the
No,
smaller
they will
ones?
be the smaller ones. It's just we want to have something that's affordable for
Yeah,
people. We have those that are going to be coming out soon. And they won't be soon. They're going to be in September. So let me just tell you that because
yeah.
the cost of shipping right now is crazy.
Oh, I
So
believe it.
we have to be able to be a little bit more strategic. We just spent quite a bit to get the new generation, and at your summer camps. You're just a lot of district directors pre-bought these. We did small. 100 card binders that you will be able to purchase a camp. It just says BGMC trading cards on it.
Mhm.
But it's a price point one that, for our starters,
Yeah,
at camp, kids get their
yeah.
cards and they hold them in
Oh,
their hands like this. This
yes.
will be a more affordable one. And we're going to have those on our GPH store as well.
That
So they'll be available here in a few weeks. As soon as they get here,
that's
we
awesome.
paid a lot of money to get them here early,
Oh, I believe it.
which is important for us to get them at camps because camps start in 2 weeks
I
for
know.
some districts. So
I'm
it's going to be
excited.
really good. So the summer camp card is really cool. They did a good job with that. So I will give you that. And it's just, yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
above and beyond the last one.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm ready. I'm like
Yeah.
budget. Here we
Well,
go. We
let
got a
me ask you a
fantasy.
question. Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
How did that new video hit for you?
When I first saw it, I was like I gotta wait. I watched like the first 5 seconds. I was like I gotta wait so I could watch it fully.
Yeah.
And I was originally on my phone, so then I got my iPad to watch it, and I started to watch it, and my little daughter, what's that? And she's zoned in. She loves it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She loves Gino, and loves Pencil Pal, loves Winnie. So every time they're on the screen, she loves them
Yeah.
because she's watched the
Yeah.
previous ones. But watching it, I was like, this is very interesting. I thought the arrow was going to hit your guy. I thought
Yeah.
you were going to be the person talking. I was like,
Yeah.
I was ready, but I was
Yeah.
very excited. Uh,
Yeah.
what really threw me off was pencil belt and a UFO. I'm like, there has to be a reason for this. Okay. I know you and I know Lewis. You guys always plan for things.
Yeah.
And then everybody else thought I was a psycho because I was like, I don't know if this is an error or not, but there is definitely a shadow behind the Beyond side, and everybody else is calling me crazy, but I'm sticking to it. Okay, that's just me.
Well, maybe you'll be able to say I told you so.
Oh, let's go. That's all I need.
Maybe you'll be able to say. But here, hey, listen. The cool part about the that video is Lewis has a program now where we're going to be able to produce more of those,
Awesome.
and so that's the part for just like you said with your daughter. I got a text message from my grandpa. He's like, and they're locked in on they're watching the uh, World Serve video with Jerry Can and Punda,
Yeah.
and just like, please make more of these for my grandkids. And so that's
They-
our heart.
w-
That's what BGMC Trading Cards. Not only is it doing the discipleship side of it, but the people ask, does this go to missions? Well, yes, it
yeah.
does, but not in the way that you think. What it's doing is helping us create more tools for the local church to be able to use for our kids. And one of my biggest dreams when I started this job was to have digital shorts. I didn't think we would have it within 5 years, and here we are. I just started my third year, and we already have digital shorts.
Yeah.
So we're going to be able to continue to tell the story for our missionaries through our characters, and it's going to be a fun way to see kids be inspired, right?
No,
So,
absolutely.
yeah,
In fact, me and my wife, we use it for our kids' ministry, and we told them, "Hey, there's a new video. You guys want to watch it?" And they're like,
yeah,
"Yeah." I said, "Okay,
yeah.
next week you better be
Yeah.
here." And they're excited. They're locked in.
I showed it at a district council, and they actually clapped at when it was all over. It was like, I don't know if it was because the video was over or I was done. So, but yeah,
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming on and answer some of
yeah,
our questions. Um, well, with that said, I hope you all are good. If you guys have any comments, questions, put it in the comments down below. Make sure you
yeah.
leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we are so close to 500 subscribers, and we're giving
Come
away a
on.
75th anniversary buddy or a mystery card of your choosing from our trade binder. So if you are one of those subscribers, you could win it. With that said, take care, and I hope to see you in the next one.